Khyle, if Grimes was a capsicum, what color would
We're not doing this. I'm not doing this dumb capsicum debate. Okay, right. No, before Christian gets it, we may not use this footage, but this needs to be right. Holly's been bugging me for like 3 weeks. With this No, you've discovered this weird power where if you just say a random thing, it confounds me, and then you question me being confused, and then it makes me.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, okay. Holly randomly was like, what's your favorite color capsicum? And I was like, I don't know.
We were talking about cabbages and you were confused about cabbages first.
I can't remember what was going. But anyway, I was in a different room and Holly just happened to call out.
The same room,
Holly
Kyle.
called out something, and I came back and I didn't hear her and did the whole like. So
This is my life, by the way.
what I meant to say was, sorry, I thought you said something about capsicums being waxy, but I didn't say that. What I said was capsicums are waxy. And then she spent the rest of the night being like, why do you think capsicums are waxy, Carl? I'm like, no, you said it.
No, I didn't.
This
You
is my
said
life.
I
it.
thought you, but I only.
You said
No,
it.
we're moving
not
on.
me.
For
Well,
the past
I
3
don't
weeks.
like green ones because even when you cook them, they don't taste very nice.
Right, the red ones are better.
The red ones are the
Thank
best.
you.
Easy
Exactly.
answer.
This is not going to be the
Easy
table
answer.
talk.
I
Not
just want to
waxy.
say, for the past 3 weeks, my life has been Kyle would be like, oh my god, for the last 3 weeks, Holly would come up to me and say a word, and I'll be ranting about it, and capsicums are not
I've
waxy.
been ranting about table. Anyway, we're not doing. This is not the talk. Hello, welcome to episode 3 table talk. I guess. Good job again, everyone. How are we all feeling after that episode?
Exhausted.
Confused.
Yeah, that's.
Maggoty.
I could see you guys getting. I mean, this is a small peek behind the DM screen, and I could see you guys being. Don't you actually read the stuff? This is one of those things where
I can't
obviously there
read.
are multiple things happening at the same time, and I could see you guys being like, "Oh, we haven't got all the information. We haven't got all the information." Because you guys were trying to like fit together different puzzle pieces to an incomplete puzzle. Like, so you guys you don't have all the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
You're gonna find stuff, which I get. You guys were doing a great job at, and there were so many investigation roles and different roles for
Were we?
finding stuff.
I spent 5 hours feeding a mimic.
Yep, you started feeding a mimic.
That was your choice.
And I spent at least 4.5 of those 5 hours crying.
Yeah.
Panicking.
I
And then
also miss my
Amy's
dad.
character also did some stuff. The joke was that you were crying.
What do you mean I did stuff?
No,
Don't mess with my brain, Kyle. It's already mucked up enough as it is.
Up enough. Yeah, this is there's so much brain messing happening to you.
Barbara is messed up.
Barbara
okay?
Barbara was a normal person a day ago.
Yeah.
And Barbara is just going through it.
She
And now
and
we're
she also couldn't
best
find
friends.
she couldn't find her accent today, so hence why I wasn't speaking a lot because I was concerned about how I was going to speak
Oh, I
the entire
assumed it was just
episode.
your brain shutting down, being like, "What is happening?"
That too.
Also made sense. Yeah, there was a
She's
lot
under
of,
a lot of
yeah.
stress.
There was a
You
lot of
already have an
confusing
accent,
things
though.
happening, which is also, as a DM, great to see you guys like try and explore things and try and put puzzle pieces together. Some of which you may have fit together, some of which you may not have, and I'm not going to let you know what. But there's a lot of stuff happening, and you guys are just starting to be introduced to this storyline, which is great. I love it.
Fucking mimics.
Yeah.
Was not happy about that.
Bloody Warforged
Why
just
don't you
fucking
got a
mimics.
pet?
No.
Damn, Kyle.
I wasn't happy about it attacking me, and the mimic almost downed me because I had.
That would have been
I had
so
8 hit points when I started,
I mean, it was a baby one, so we didn't do that much
and you hit
damage.
me for 4 or 5. Was it 4 or 5?
If you
It's a
ask.
baby. Yeah, mimics are normally like, this big. This one's just
Does that mean ours is going to grow?
if
I got
it
down to
survives,
4 points.
That would have been really funny if you'd have been taken out in the bathroom by a mimic and no
I
one had
genuinely
known.
thought it was gonna happen.
I'd just be like, wow, Jackson's taking a real long time in the
Yeah.
toilet.
And they just would have heard just one
Thump.
thunk, and they'd have been like, wow, that is a mega
Massive
doozy
dump.
dropping.
Yeah.
I hope
That-
he's okay.
Would have just been dead in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Again,
No
I
one
have
would have
healing
known.
if you ask. How
Going
would I
in.
know?
Why would I didn't know you had
Eventually,
healing.
would have found him, and then it would have been multiple
healing
rounds of him
word.
making death saving throws, and maybe he would have failed, and then it would have been really funny.
Drax just dies in episode
dies
3.
in third
I have
Episode to him with a dead baby mimic just being like, where were you?
I have a backup character already, so it's
I
fine.
have 3.
Everyone is so prepared to die in this game.
Yeah,
like,
we haven't.
I'm not.
A suicide
Kyle,
pact.
not welcome
are you
death.
really surprised that I was almost taken out by a mimic because I had 4 hit points left?
Right, nothing surprises me anymore. Have the backup characters ready. You'll be fine. Don't worry
We
about
had a
it.
suicide pact.
Yeah.
We definitely can't say that, can we?
We can't.
Cut
A
that out of the
Sue
show.
of Slide pact.
A in-game character
In
pact
Minecraft.
of what happens if they die. It's not one to commit. We're not.
If
anyway.
we D-word in Minecraft.
I'm so confused. But yeah, anything else anybody wants to say about that?
I'm
episode?
chronically online.
That was.
I felt like that whole episode we were just like investigating. We were just like we were literally detectives.
Yeah.
I felt like
The
just
worst-
whipping out an imaginary monocle and putting it in my eye.
It is.
And just like putting a top hat on and getting a pipe with bubbles. And
Almost like you were Mimsy.
I think the most difficult thing for me is because Barbara is scared. She's like in a new scenario. She's in a new situation despite being really smart. So like for me, I know that potentially in investigating and,
Yes.
you know, looking into things, I would probably roll quite high, but I know Barbara wouldn't do that. So like, it's kind of hard
It is
because
a
I want to
tricky
help,
thing.
but I also know that Barbara wouldn't because
Yes.
she's freaking the
But
hell
I
out.
mean, you've done pretty well so
Yeah.
far. Like you've done the thing of like I'm helping from a distance. Like I'm investigating, but not looking at this thing. A lot of that is going to be character choices.
Yeah.
Of there's
Yeah.
ways to be scared while even just being like the whole time this is happening, I'm crying. Like
Yeah.
and I will say you have. It's like I love the character you've picked. It's a difficult character to play because it is a character who is scared of the environment they've been thrown in, and is only in the environment because they can't get out of it. It's very much like the John McClane like kind of thing of he'd like
Kyle
John
recently watched Die Hard.
I
by
love
the way.
Die Hard. John McClane does
Die Hard's great.
everything.
I'd like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
There's
Die
another
Hard.
guy who talks a lot more about this, Matthew Colville, who is incredible. He does D&D stuff. Hopefully you know him. If you don't, look him up. Matthew Colville is incredible.
Why are we
He-
giving shout outs to other people?
Because that man
it's the right
deserves
thing
it. He
to
is a
do,
god. I love
Tommy.
him. I would like to kiss his beardy face. He's so handsome. He has gorgeous hair as
In
well.
front of Christian, you're just gonna say that?
I'm sorry, Christian. But he talks about, for example,
You're
John
just gonna
McClane
say-
being an amazing protagonist because he doesn't do the action hero thing of like, oh, there's danger, I will save the day. He spends most of the movie trying to avoid doing stuff, but still doing stuff, which is kind of what you're playing at the moment. Like, I don't want to be in this situation, I'm forced in it, but I'm still doing stuff within the situation.
For those
it's
who are-
hard, but there's a big payoff for it, and you're doing very, very well.
For those who are chronically online, Kyle just can assign Barbara John McClane.
Yeah,
I am.
everyone do the artwork. I want Barbara in like, bare feet, the tank top.
You mean
Right.
shirtless?
Cigarette.
A walkie
Shut.
talkie.
Whoa.
No, he spends most of the movie in the tank top. We're not
With
doing
no
shirtless
shoes.
Barbara. We're not doing shirtless Barbara.
With no shoes, no socks.
I'm not ready for shirtless Barbara.
No one is ready for shirtless Barbara.
But yeah, like,
Barbara's not even ready for shirtless Barbara.
like the same thing with like I don't know what Drax sauce, but because like with the whole dead body, he was like, oh yeah, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
Seen him all the time.
Yeah,
guess
Like,
he's
you're
desensitized.
super used to death, so you get the other one, which is like I'm so used to this situation that I'm just I get to be in this situation and be fine.
but at the same time, I know it's like, okay, we're here for a reason. We have to look at shit.
Yeah.
Let's try and figure out what we're here for. But then it just gets to the point like, okay, it's stale. Let's move on.
that is a tricky one of like,
Yeah.
hey, and
we went around in circles.
Yes.
A lot.
there were some circles. There were parts where I was like, "Is there anything else you want to look at?" Also, times where I was trying to like, be like, "Hey guys, time to move on to something." But that, bear in mind, it is my job as the DM to put if there's something really important that you guys have missed. You guys can be like, no, we leave. Like, if I go, is there anything else you want to look at? You guys can be like, no, we're going to leave. If there's an important storyline that I need you guys to find, I put it in later. Or
Well, I was about to say,
I make
yeah.
sure you guys find everything you need to find.
Yeah.
Like, all the information you found in this session was important in a sense, but not so important that the game would fall apart if you didn't find any of it.
Okay.
Like, you guys, because I know, like, you guys had a certain plan at the end of the second episode of what you were going to do, and then information got thrown at you, changed that plan. If you had stuck to your original plan and like gone to go see Mama, for example, the game would still be the exact same. You just wouldn't have found out some information.
Yeah,
or
just a
some things
different-
wouldn't have
I
happened.
forgot we
Different
were
thing.
doing that.
Yeah. So it's always my job to control this thing. You're always doing great. Why are you laughing at me, Tommy? What?
I forgot we were doing that.
What?
Looking for mom. Going back to
Going
Mary.
back to my you talked about it in the second episode.
Yeah.
Oh, the Iron Hand. Yeah.
Yeah, going back to the Iron Hand.
But the
part.
audience
Oh,
doesn't know
we
that the
just
last
found one of
time, the last time we
Yeah.
played, it was 3 years ago. I just redid my hair
I
the
hate
same, but
Tozak.
Yeah, Tozak's
It was a
great.
while ago.
it was like, yeah, it was a whole other year.
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
was like last year.
It was.
Ha ha ha.
I don't remember who I was 6 hours ago.
Yeah, same.
But no, like I remember I think we did oh wow. I think we
Same.
did decide to do that.
Yeah.
Tongue twister. And then I kind of thought like going back to the Iron Hand probably wouldn't be a good idea just because we had nothing to give them.
We have a
No
picture of the
information, no
tablet.
nothing.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, there's at some point you're gonna have to let. I obviously the logic of your party being like, hey, we were sent to go find this thing by a very dangerous person. We don't have it. Let's maybe give something like information on what happened to it, where it went, that kind of thing. Totally makes sense.
But they don't know. And
They-
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's
no
like,
one
what?
knows. Yes, and it is one of those weird things, and I understand the logic of it, and maybe that's I should have tweaked things a little bit. There's always
We're all
work to be
learning.
done.
We're all learning
We're all
together.
learning all
yeah,
the time.
process.
I've been doing this for like
Maybe
20
I'll get
years.
some of my memory back at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, I must admit, I thought looking at the etched picture of the tablet would have tweaked something more than just a scratch in the back of my mind.
It may have.
Oh, did I do the wrong thing?
There's no such thing as right or wrong thing.
We
There's just
still
things
have
You're
the
saying it may
picture.
have.
There's things
So you
that
looked at
people
it,
do.
you don't know, but there's something that could happen later on.
That's true.
And we still have the picture.
And you are learning more about your brain as you
I am still
kind of go,
confused.
which is totally fine. But yes, even if because this obviously was a very investigation heavy episode.
Yeah.
If ever there's a point where you guys go, we don't know what to do next, or we've bled this stone dry, or something, don't forget you've got the I know a guy. You could for example, you could go to someone and be like, hey, we found all of this. Can you figure anything out that we don't? Or you could be like, hey, there's a murder scene here. I know a guy who's really good at finding this stuff. There's always ways to help yourselves out. Or you can be like, hey, we don't know what's going on next. We're going to keep going. And most likely you will, if I do my job well, you will find out stuff previously that you wouldn't have found out without moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
The way I like to run D&D games and the way I like to DM things is you're always having to move forward partially blindly.
Yeah.
And you're never going to know exactly what's happening. So you're going to be like, I don't know I have this stuff, I don't know what it means, but I have to go through to the next room. Oh, it tells me what it is, but now I've got to do another thing. And
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
that's the fun in it for me, is
Yeah.
like you guys never quite knowing what's going on, but being wrapped up in these stories, because that's kind of the way, especially this story in Theramis, you guys are wrapped up in a story that you guys are not aware of.
Yeah.
So, and that's the fun.
Yeah, like Grimes learned today that in order to feed the mimic, you have to put the food and then spin your head really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Did
it's
they
gone.
learn that?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
exactly what Grimes learned.
Right.
Grimes is going to do that when they feed every animal. now.
Every single
They'll be
dog.
like, here you go, dog.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to only do it one way so often it's just going to screw off.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan. With my hair cables.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, you've got little
Yeah.
hair cables.
Got a little hair cable.
Beautiful.
Don't carry your head like
Are
this.
there any other final thoughts before we call that?
Before we go, I'd just like people to know that I'm wearing very red pants. They're very cute, but
They're
that
pink.
means they're red. What the fuck is wrong with
That's
you?
pink.
That's red. That's red.
That's kind of
Coral.
That's like a
Kyle,
bright red.
this
That's
is
a
the-
salmon.
This. What the fuck?
It's a red
It's-
pink.
It is a reddish
pink.
I
pink.
don't know what
Blood of
colours
Ingrid.
are.
This is red. It's been washed a few times. I'm sorry. I recycle my clothes.
It do better.
Oh, what I was gonna say is now there's a person on every table wearing red and black, and I wanted to talk about that all day.
Have I got anything black?
Your shirt's gray, but that's black enough.
Okay, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
You're also your hair.
Oh yeah. Oh.
You're
oh,
an
yeah, my
idiot,
hair.
Kyle.
Also, that's dark brown,
Oh.
but we're not gonna get into that.
That is dark brown. You're right. Thank you. And
Yeah.
your earrings are black. You stupid idiot.
I forgot what I look like half the time.
I have to see it.
I'm pretty sure I'm a 95-year-old woman.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna end that tabletop. Okay. Thank you for joining us for I don't know what's going on.
Wait, I want to show off my boots.
Okay, go
Yes!
on. Yeah, show off the boots quickly. Yes! Bam! Full Theramis vibe. Like, that is diesel punk if ever I've seen it
Obsessed.
before. My goodness.
One day I will chop your legs off and take them.
Stop. You really like chocolate. I feel like this is a Tommy issue and not a Grimes
Those
issue. that you like
boots
No,
weigh
I'm
10
in
pounds
character.
each.
Yeah,
do.
they are heavy.
My boots are also big, but I can't do that with my legs.
My boots are made for walking.
That's just
What
what
they'll
they'll do.
And cut.
Have a good night. Oh, okay, we'll call that there. Bye, everybody. Bye.